What's up, beautiful family? Welcome back to the Global Reaction channel. So guys, in today's video I want us to watch and listen this powerful message from Damion Crawford. Damion Crawford is the member of parliament in Jamaica. He has really come out and revealed something about the bauxite industry in Jamaica. So before I dive in, let's all watch this video until the end, then I'll come back with more comment.
Member from St. Catherine Northwest.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. St. Catherine Northwest is the home of the Windalco bauxite plant. And while I heard of the multiplicity of things the bauxite industry may have contributed in its very long history, and none of us in Northwest St. Catherine could claim that there is no benefit to bauxite. It is a chief employer of most persons in Northwest St. Catherine, and as far as the multiplier effect is extensive. However, this bill before us that states $4 million for each MP, I believe, Madam Speaker, is evidence to each constituency, to each bauxite affected constituency. Yes, the amount is, yes, we know what it is. Yes, we know what it is. Yeah? Yes. But it's allocation of 100 million, and I want to be very open so that my constituents don't believe that we have 100 million. That is 100 million to all, divided among all of them. And to that extent, simple mathematics would suggest that if there's any equity, it's no more than $4 to $5 million per person. To that extent, Madam Speaker, I think it proves that there is no real plan for life after bauxite. It has been indicated that bauxite should have between 10 and 15 years left of effective and efficient production. And we have the history and evidence of life after banana. We have the history and evidence of life after sugarcane. And we see how the suffering had come to those communities that were once dependent for employment and activity. We see in this plan no industry development proposal. We have not seen a life after bauxite plan being put forward for any community. I have not seen it for Northwest St. Catherine, and I am not sure if the other MPs have seen one, but there is no such plan for us to say we are going into this replacement industry. We are going into this replacement activity. And to that extent, it seems as if we are running full speed into the abyss with no plan for the people that are currently directly dependent on the bauxite industry. Indeed, Madam Speaker, we have seen without any conversation the end of what the public call dust money, the contribution to the community due to the nuisance of the dust from bauxite. I see the minister is a little engaged at this point, but this dust money that used to come to the communities have ended with no conversation to the communities where they would get a quarterly contribution for the dust nuisance that would come from it. In Northwest St. Catherine, we know that the bauxite industry have robbed us of the river. Multiple slates of pollution coming into the river that has caused for not only the economic viability of fishing, but the recreational activity of swimming. I have not, Madam Speaker, I'm asking for your protection.
Members, the member is asking you to allow him to speak. While on his feet, he should be heard.
Madam, Madam
Go
Speaker.
ahead, member from St. Catherine West.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, we have been robbed of our rivers. The constant pollution has caused for the habit of recreation in our rivers to end because persons have identified the probability of pollution in the river. We have the caustic pollution. We have seen on multiple occasions the fish kills within the same spaces that we have not been able to benefit from. Madam Speaker, we have also seen where a lot of agriculture are not conducive to the space because especially vegetables suffer under the dust created by the bauxite plant. I speak as well for a school called Charlemont High School that is in direct proximity to what is called the Mud Lake. And at Charlemont, listen, I went by nearly 3,000, so you can talk to me when I get closer. Madam Speaker, Charlemont High School have reported a multiplicity of reports of breathing problems among their children, and to that extent we have not seen that level of investment coming from bauxite. Let's give an example, Madam Speaker, of a place with the production of bauxite. We have no clinic in Louidersville of any worth. The clinic in Louidersville falling apart. We have no clinic in Treadways, not falling apart, non-existent in Treadways. The clinic in Linstead, has been asking for a dressing table to dress wounds that come to that clinic. This is a bauxite community. So with all of the conversations of how great this bauxite is, the limited interface that we have seen suggests to me that the bauxite industry is not playing a satisfactory role in this space. I join my colleague from St. Anne about a hidden problem with the bauxite industry. While it is that many a farmer is robbed of the areas that were mined, the ownership of the bauxite industry of other lands not mined and not being able to be utilized has robbed our communities of economic and housing opportunities because they hold them dear to simply ownership. These are not mined out. You know the bauxite, leave me alone. Madam Speaker, of course we want to focus on the rehabilitation of the mined out lands. Of course we want to find usage of mined out lands. But I say to you, Madam Speaker, that there is no way we could claim that 14, 15, 20 greenhouses could be a legitimate plan of replacement for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 dependent individuals on that thing. A more extensive development. And while now, Minister, not criticizing that start. What I'm saying is that I can identify thousands of acres not being mined but under ownership of the bauxite that they have not allowed for usage. And it is creating in some of our constituencies a facilitator of criminal activity through squatting on these lands, right? And also through non-utilization. Additionally, no, I lost there by 200 votes. Additionally, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I join the member from South Manchester about the lack of coordination and facilitation of the bauxite industry towards the people's representatives as member of parliaments in the area. It is not unusual that the bauxite industry would give scholarships, and without knowledge of whom they gave the scholarships to, that the member of parliament office double dip with those individuals, and regardless of requests, that has never been granted, neither to us nor our request sent to them for that to be done. They give no consideration to the people's representatives. Madam Speaker, the rust of the roofs caused by the dust from the bauxite cannot be replaced by the limited contributions that are being given. If we should give 10 sheets of zinc, 6 pieces a lot, and 2 pounds a nail, that's $52,000. This amount might give 80 individuals a contribution. Any bauxite community, in particular those in the production communities, the caustic is causing extensive damage to roof, extensive damage to crop, and extensive damage to furniture. I don't know of the lifestyle. Madam Speaker, I hope the minister can also imply and indicate to us how much money is currently owed to the treasury by these bauxite companies. It is our information that quite a bit is still owed to the government by these bauxite companies. And we'll also like to know for how long this has been owed, because this is a key indicator as to why we are not benefiting sufficiently from the bauxite plant. I welcome the statement from the minister that no bauxite entity or constituency community should be without water. I know piped water. I know that Windalco have its own well, for example. And we hope that as a part of its contribution to the community, that Windalco will consider in a more permanent way to provide for that into our constituencies. So we are happy that this is before us, but we are concerned that what is being granted through an institution is not sufficient to plan for life after bauxite, nor to mitigate the negatives, the cost of the negatives that the bauxite industry has created. With that, Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you have watched that full debate of Damion Crawford. He came out and really defend the citizens of Jamaica. So Damion Crawford, he has been a defender of the citizen, because most of the leaders, when we elect the leaders in a parliament or in anywhere, they normally worship their party. They normally use their position to embrace their party, but we have few of them that they can really come out and really do for the will of people. And Damion Crawford is the one and the only one in member of parliament. He is the member of parliament, I think, in St. Catherine. So he has really come out and revealed something, because we saw how this Damion Crawford also he came out and talked about questioning the House about the Hurricane Melissa, because we saw the after Hurricane Melissa, the Prime Minister, the government was on rush of opening the schools, and yet the Hurricane Melissa was no the infrastructure were not built. There are so many distractions, and this time is about questioning the bauxite industry. Apart from bauxite industry came out and really helped so many people in Jamaica by creating a lot of jobs for the youths, and then generating a lot of tax to the government, and also helping so many to fund the government. But we have some few things that the government has not been implemented, and that is the message that Damion was really doing about it. And because when industry come to the nearby you or a company, most of the people may serve on that area is the landowners, because normally when they come, the industry, the owners will tell you to vacate that land and leave it to the industry. So up to now, those who have vacated that land to the list to the industry were not paid, and Damion is questioning for the compensation, because you must compensate for those who donated land to the government. And that is Damion Crawford, who was really questioning the house. And also he was talking about the environment, because we know that most of these industries, they really pollute environment. You find that most of people, they maybe get a disease or whatever, because the scientists say that pollution is part of the effect. So most of people get polluted, like maybe through water, because most of these things get through water, and we have the water pollution, and this is caused by the bauxite industry. So he was questioning the house, how they are being prepared, or for those who are affected by this pollution, they need compensation, or the government, how they have planned to really come out and really help these the affected persons. And also he was also questioning how this bauxite industry is also helping the citizen, because these industries or companies or whatever, when they come to the most beneficiary must be the community. But you will find that those industry will not really help the community. The first beneficiary will be the worst people, and you'll find that most of these industry owners are the worst people. They are not interested in the local community, and you will find that the international community, they are the one who are really benefiting from those interests. So that's why I love how Damion Crawford normally came out and put things on right record, because this Damion Crawford, he has really defending for the Jamaicans for so many years. When you go to online or whatever, he normally and he normally talk the facts, because this is fact. We have so many people that have been really wanting to be compensated by this bauxite, but has never really received any compensation. And that's how, you know, the government initiates something like compensation. I know that compensation may take maybe 2 days or 3 days, but the government will take around 5 years. And that is the question that was coming from the Damion Crawford. Because when you initiate a compensation, it must be instant. Because when the government or whatever want to take your property, it will take instant. But when it comes to times of payment, it will take a long. And that's why I love how this Damion Crawford is trying to open the Jamaicans, because Jamaicans, they have been so silent, they don't know how the process is going about. But Damion Crawford is trying as much as possible to put things on. So guys, let's all interact in comment section. I know that I have so many words to talk, but for now, let's all interact in comment section. Do you really support Damion Crawford message? If you really approve that message, give this video a thumbs up, like, share, and also comment. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now. Bye for now. Wagwan.